Businesses all across the planet are looking to make connections with people. Well, guess what? Divine Connections magazine is helping businesses not only walk in their purpose and passion, but to get connected to their potential. That's right. You've got to connect to your potential, and you can make it happen now because it is time to know your worth. As you get connected to people all across the planet, Divine Connections magazine will make it happen. And get featured in the magazine today and get your copy now, because there's no other time than a divine time to get connected to Divine Connections magazine.
Circulate the dollar in your community using our powerful e-commerce platform. Instead of purchasing goods and services from vendors outside of your community, select vendors from the community you want to support and purchase their goods and services. That way, you can strengthen your local economy and your quality of life. Skyrocket your sales with an affiliate program that rewards you and your affiliates with daily automatic payouts to your bank account. And when you refer vendors to sell products and services, you can receive residual commissions on every sale they make. Join your peers right now and get an affordable storefront in minutes. No website needed. Promote digital products, physical products, appointments, memberships, and paid events. Find out how easy it is to register today.
Awesome. Welcome everyone. This is Dolores Williams with Divine Connections. And if you're interested in that community connections, make sure you stay connected with me. Well, Divine Connections is a magazine that comes out quarterly in print as well as online. We connect with different businesses, entrepreneurs, gospel artists, praise dance, moms, vendors, anybody that's doing something great in the community. And so we have been around for 11 years, and I am so excited to always meet and connect with great people, because there is a lot of great information and connection and resources and products out there just for you. And I am here to share that on my platform. So let's talk about Divine Connections. How do you stay connected? You can join our email list at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. That way you'll get updates and news of what's going on with Divine Connections. We also have a Facebook page at Divine Connections Marketing. Make sure you go and like that page. Also, we are on Instagram at Divine Connections, and that is one word. And we are also on YouTube. So make sure you go and subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Divine Connections, and make sure you click on the notification button that is there so you can always be updated when we are doing interviews, events, or anything that's going on. Awesome. So as I said, the magazine comes out quarterly in print as well as online. So we are definitely excited. This is our September quarterly issue. You can order your copy at divineconnectionsmagazine.com/subscriptions. Our magazines are only $12. You can get it digital or hard copy. There is a lot of great information and resources in these magazines. So I will encourage you to go to that link, purchase a digital copy or hard copy, or even subscribe for the year so you can stay connected. If you would like to be a sponsor for Divine Connections, we have these interviews come on Wednesdays from 3 to 6 p.m. Okay. And we would love to have your advertisement on here as a 30-second commercial. I do a 3-month agreement. And that way, when I am on, you are on, and we help spread the good news together, and we share your information. So there is a product or a service that you provide. We would love to have you be a part and a sponsor with Divine Connections. So just let me know. Email at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com. Awesome. And what is going on? So excited. This Saturday, you guys, is my next event. It's Divine Connections Pop-Up. It is October 23rd from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. We are bringing the community together, praise dance, moms, vendors. We are going to have a phenomenal time giving God all the honor and all the glory. That's going to be at the Mebane Art Center in Lebanon, North Carolina. It is also a free event for the public. So come on out and make sure you get go ahead and register at this link bit.ly/free OCT 23 event. All right. So all you have to do is register and come on out, bring your family and friends, and we are going to have a good time. Come and shop with a local and out of state vendors as well as enjoy the ministries of mime dance and praise dance as well. Okay. Awesome. 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 So the next on our agenda is if you need a 30-second or a 60-second commercial for your business, your book, for your ministry, your gospel group, we would love to serve you. That is one of the services that we provide. So if that is something you're interested in, please give us an email at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com. Next on our agenda, you can now order my new book that just came out. It's called The Key Connector. How do I do what I do with the help of the Lord? It is in this book, tips and strategies on how I make it happen, and a lot of other things, and some just stories of life and how I did what I did through the help of the Lord. So The Key Connector, how to build an empire helping people. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So that is Divine Connection News, and I am grateful that you are here. While you are here, make sure you like and share this broadcast. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So now we are going to put on a commercial to introduce our guest for today. So stay tuned, and we will be back with you shortly. With this time.
Representing Prime Motivation, we're here at beautiful Rio Hondo College. We got a great group of people. We're going to go down and do a quick little Q&A, man. We appreciate Rio Hondo, all the great people here. RMD Garage in the house. Honda, the PAC program. What's up, headliners? We'll get into it a little bit. Definitely. That's what it's all about. Peace.
So I wrote the good, y'all pop the trunk, I pop the hood, Ferrari. If she got the good, I got the look, sorry. It's got to be cause I'm seasoned, haters give me them salty looks, Larry. Sticky told me go ahead, switch the style up, and if they hate to let them hate, go watch the money pile
Here comes Speed Racer. He's a demon on wheels. He's a demon and he's gonna be chasing after someone. He's gaining on you, so you better look alive. He's busy revving up the powerful Mach 5. And when the odds are against him and they're dangerous working, make your life Speed Racer. Seeing it through. Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go! He's up and flying and he guns a car around the track. He's jamming down the pedal like he's never coming back. Adventure's waiting just ahead. Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go!
Do you recall not long ago when you would walk on the sidewalk? Innocent, remember, all we did was care for each other. But the night was warm, we were bold and young. All around, and you know we would only hold on to let go. Yes, yes, let go. We need someone to lean on. Yes, let go. We need somebody to lean on. Yes, let go. We need someone to lean on. Yes, let go. We need somebody to lean on.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I want to introduce Mr. Bill Montgomery. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thank you for that video. I tell you,
Awesome.
that's one of my favorite. It shows exactly what we do: kids,
Yes.
cars, music, and so thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for being here. So let's get into it. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I
Okay.
claim that. Although I've been out in California for over 20 years, Cincinnati, Ohio, Buckeyes.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, and let's tell them a little bit of what you do.
So what I do is I'm a transportation and technology expert.
Hmm.
I'm a teacher. I do marketing. I do PR,
Mm.
um, and I'm really all about the transportation and technology.
Awesome, awesome. So, how did the program that you're connected to get started, and what do you do in that program?
Well, the program that we have is Prime Motivation. It's a 501c3. It
Hmm.
started in 2004
Hmm.
in Los Angeles. And the CEO, Ed Arguelles, my partner, my brother, he actually started and he asked me if I would join him early on. How it got started is they started cutting out the ROP programs. He was actually a teacher. He was teaching mobile electronics, which
Hmm.
is that's kind of what I was doing. I'm installing stereos, which is a hands-on electronics with the cool stereos back in the day.
Hmm.
And they cut his program,
Mm.
and he said that look, that's not right. That's not fair. So you join us to go to the high schools to try and prevent them from stopping those programs because it affects our youth, our young teenagers. So that's how it got started in Los Angeles in 2004.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so I know the motivation with the cars and the kids. Um, let's get a little bit deeper into the program of the whole connection. How do you help the kids? How do they get into the program? Think resources you provide for the kids as well.
Oh, it's been a blessing. You know, every day that goes by, the Lord is bringing us, you know, great people like yourself. And I just got to tell you, that divine connections, what a great, because it's all about connections. You know,
Yes.
connecting the dot. You know, one at a time, one day at a time, one kid, one parent, one teacher. And
That's
so, a
it.
prime motivation, what we do is just that. You know, we go on the campus because now you got to go to them. You got to go to the kids. You got to
Mm-hmm.
go to the schools. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. We go to them and we motivate, we excite them. We use the cars because cool cars will always excite people. Okay,
Yes.
that's how we travel to and from work for the most part.
Yes.
So we started with the cool cars,
Yes.
and you know, we purposely went to the underserved, more of
Hmm.
the community, the less fortunate, if you will.
Yeah.
We went straight into the heart of LA. I don't want to say, well, I can say it, the ghetto. I mean, there's a lot of ghettos in a lot of places. A lot of
Hmm.
people don't know what that necessarily means, but a ghetto isn't one nationality. Ghettos are everywhere.
Right.
And so we picked the schools that to kind of try it out, and we went to 12 schools in the heart of LA, and
Hmm.
it worked. I mean, we saw the excitement, we saw the motivation, we saw the people get inspired by something,
Yeah.
and we saw that they weren't given that opportunity because they started closing down the auto shops, the wood shops,
Hmm.
you know, home ec that to be able to bake cookies and pies in high school, took out the driver's ed. I mean, so Prime Motivation is started so that we can really take that and try and bring these things back into our schools. And we're asking for everybody to help with that. We know that media is important. Divine Connections. We know that people like you can help with that, connect the dots, and we're very fortunate and very blessed and happy to be able to, speak about what's needed in America, not just one city. Although I can tell you that Southern California, I think everybody wants to be here. I think it's a trendsetter. I know that the LAUSD school district is the second largest next to New York, but we have the most vehicles, and I think we're the hippest and the coolest. But we have those struggles like everybody else all over. Whether you're in North Carolina, New Jersey, Hampton, Chicago, it's the same issues and problems that we have. We have to get our youth excited into something that they know how to do. We know they know how to do it, but if you take that out, you're crippling the ability to be able to get them to do something that they like, something that they can get into a career and make the money and be sustainable and to take care of their family. So the transportation and technology is much bigger. It's a much bigger scope than what people know. And I'm here to kind of tell you about that.
Awesome. All right. So go ahead and continue to share.
Okay. Thank you. I know I get the rambling because you can see the passion.
Yeah.
But you open the door with that video, Dolores. And again, I can show you better than I can tell you, but I'm happy to tell you as well. But you kind of opened the door. You saw the kids. We went to a community college. We brought some of the high schools to that community college. And that's what we do. We connect the dots to the high schools, to the community colleges. I think first, because it's less expensive. They have a lot of programs. A lot of people don't know. Parents don't know. It doesn't always have to be a 4-year college. What about your local community college?
That's right.
That's right. And a lot of people don't know that. I know in California, your first 2 years are free of charge or no cost. I told myself I don't like saying the word free because it's a cost for everything. So at no cost to you know what I mean? Because I want to make sure, I really want to practice the words that I say, that I try and get people, not to say, because the words are very critical and there's nothing free. I mean, I was in the military. People are dying for a country. And when you say free, I think people, they don't understand that there's a cost for everything. This show right here, there's, we have to have people to help, give so that we can, do more. So let me just say that the community colleges out here are at no cost to the student. And I think that we should talk about that more and not feel that that is a less of an education. So we try and connect the dots with prime motivation. We focus on, and then other trades as well. When we first started, we had the U.S. Army come with us. Because what it is, prime motivation, you may or may not know this, the career fair day in high school, where you get the different booths that come in, whether you want to be a nurse, your local banking, and then they come out and they have a day where you career day. Okay. Well, prime motivation, we're similar to that. And sometimes we join with them, but we kind of do our own thing, focus on transportation and technology.
Right.
So we had the U.S. Army for the first 2 years, and we came with them. They remember the Hummer, the big Hummer vehicle.
Yeah.
So we bought a couple of Hummers on site. We put stereo systems in it. We put some wheels. You have to make it look cool.
Yeah.
You have to be cool when you go to school, right? And that's another thing, Dolores, the word cool. If we could just bring that back, okay? Hey, it's cool. Hey, that's cool. Hey, so that's not so cool. Don't do that. Instead of the other word, the youth, they changed that cool word and they put an F in there and they say fool. Everything's full. And it's because we're not teaching what it means versus cool versus full. I know that because I asked the kids in Los Angeles.
Right.
And so, but the parents don't know. The outside industry doesn't know. You have to go there and ask the questions, to learn it. So I want to teach everybody out there that the word cool, COOL, is a great word.
Yeah.
And if we adults can really start saying that and talk about it, the adults are the ones that really have the responsibility to teach the kids. Okay. It's not, just, they're kids. It's that generation, just leave them alone. I completely disagree, Dolores. I think that we can teach them.
That's right.
We can help them. We can guide them. And, we'll still respect them, but we just can't let them alone and do what they want.
That's exactly right. And how long has this program been going on, and how many kids are in this program right now?
Well, it's since 2004, and it's growing, and and we're trying to go nationwide. We're trying to come to where you are, and speaking of that, that's why I'm going to get into the Global Diversity Summit.
Okay.
We're going to talk a lot about that because that is something we're trying to reach out to everybody, all over, including other countries. Okay. Although we're focused on America here.
Yeah.
Because the other countries need to understand that what Prime Motivation is doing is for the youth everywhere. Okay. A person in Mississippi or something like that, if Prime Motivation touches him and motivates a person, that person may end up in Africa or Germany. Okay. But it's these basic fundamental skills, okay, and the words that we use at Prime Motivation, we know that can affect, global and nationwide. So we're very focused. We're very we want to be cool. We bring in some great people. Hidden Pioneers is one of the organizations that I started that kind of helps Prime Motivation. We're like the Harlem Globetrotters, if you will. So you got the NBA. Okay, so the NBA, all those great players, LeBron James and all of them. And then you have the Harlem Globetrotters. Well, the Harlem Globetrotters, they have their own program, but they kind of excite and teach the kids a lot of things, and they're the cool people. And they may spark it because not everybody's going to go into the NBA. We know that. Okay. So you have to have something else that can keep things more in perspective. And that's what Prime Motivation does. We try and keep it real. We try and guide, people to take the steps first, to walk first before you run, if you will. And to kind of be there, not leave them. I mean, I think the industry, the car industries have kind of left the high school students and the youth, and that's why we're not teaching it in the schools as much, and it's not because of a lack of funding. Okay, people say the funding is there. It's just it's not the right connections as to what you're doing. You see, you have to be able to get the connections and keep them.
That's right.
Okay, it's like a relationship. It's work. It takes a phone call, an email, your magazine, which I think is wonderful. I mean, when I saw the I want to get one, by the way. I think reading is a big deal. In fact, I know it works because I bought in this particular magazine right here. It's called DuPont Registry. Okay. And it's a car magazine. Okay. That has a lot of good sense. Okay. In there that people can see. Then we can talk about the quality versus quantity. We can talk about the page of the ads, as you know, advertisement, why you need to do it, why there's a cost to it, and these kind of basic things to get people to understand. That way, when they go into what they're doing, they can respect the magazine. And then we also need to get people to read again. We're not reading as much because of this, my friend. Okay, now you know what this is called. Okay,
right.
This is called a pocket computer. Okay, it's not a cell phone. So one of the things that Hidden Pioneers, we don't call it a cell phone because it's a pocket computer. It has more technology than when we sent humans to the moon in '69, and it's getting more and more powerful. But Dolores, we have to teach, especially the youth, we have to teach them how to use it.
That's right.
We just can't say, "Hey, do your own thing." We know it's trouble.
That's
So.
right.
With Prime Motivation, we're trying to bring the things in place at our schools that we know works. We want to take the time to teach it. We want to use the people that know how to teach it. And it's not as difficult as maybe people think. They might think it's difficult because of the effect after the fact. If you don't teach people things, then it does become more difficult down the road. Now, that pocket computer should not be in the hands of little kids like it is. We know that.
Right.
But who's doing something to really try and teach that into the high schools? It should be a curriculum, just like math and English and science.
Yes.
So that's what I know for a fact. And we're really trying to get the outside world to understand that we as adults, we know right or wrong, okay, and no is no. Yes, there's too much gray area these days. Well, maybe I'm not sure. But what do you mean? It's yes or no. So I think we're divided, because we're really not saying if something's yes or no and agreeing to something. It's too much. And I think the pocket computer and all the technology, maybe it's too much technology has to do with it. So we're just trying to do the right thing, Dolores, and guide people with Prime Motivation. It does. And I have some great people, by the way. Rodney Rippey, as you know, he was the host. Tom, he's probably watching, Tom Heaton. We have some great partners.
Awesome.
And did I talk about NASA? Oh, let me tell you about NASA. Woo, man. So if I follow anyone or anything or any organization, it's NASA. Okay. And the reason why is because no color lines. I mean, they have it everything from K to 12, and they just have some great people. As you know, they're now other people can get involved, SpaceX and other companies to help us basically, do the R&D, to explore up into space. I mean, the space race is back on again. Okay. But Dolores, a lot of people don't know why or what really NASA is. And I didn't know up until about 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm trying to bring that piece to connect the dots to the education system about NASA. Because have you heard of STEM, the STEM program?
I think so.
Okay, STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. Okay, well, NASA is at the top of the food chain of STEM. You see, so, but a lot of people don't really know kind of that NASA is a big piece of STEM. Again, back to the NBA again. Okay, you have the NBA, right? People know about the NBA. Okay, National Basketball Association, and then you have the Harlem Globetrotters. Okay, and you have your college teams and stuff like that. But a lot of people know about the NBA, but they may not know about the Harlem Globetrotters. And so NASA is kind of like the NBA in a sense of basketball, but there's a lot of people they don't really know what NASA does, because it's not like they have the championships and it's on TV. It's just not the marketing. But I can tell you that the website, and I'm going to put this out there, www.nasa.gov. Okay. So if you want to put that somewhere, that has a lot of great information. It's at no cost to people, teachers, parents, students. They talk about the weather.
Is that right? Is that right?
Yep, that's right. Yep, keep that up there, because that is a great site. People want to know stuff about STEM. They want to know things about the COVID going on. NASA was one of the first ones to invent the ventilator. A lot of people know that. NASA gives most news channels the information. NASA, so basically NASA covers the weather. People don't know when it comes to the transportation, the vehicles, carbon fiber, and all these like cool things. NASA usually is connected with that. And I can go on and on. NASA has 12 cities across the U.S. And when I mean by city, that means if you want to be a fireman, a doctor, a lawyer, these things, an artist, NASA has something for you in their own city.
Wow.
Yes. And so these are the things that people need to know.
Right. Exactly.
Because there's jobs. Okay. And so it's not about just being an astronaut. Most people think when you say NASA, they think astronauts. Well, there might be 3 or 4, but there's 100 or 200 or 300,000 people working as a team to get those 3 up there. You see? So these are the things that's the basic knowledge that we're just not really talking about as much as we should. We're not teaching it. And so Prime Motivation has a collaboration with NASA, and I'm very excited about that because yes, NASA,
That's great.
because the direction of our country is on STEM, and you have to kind of know and STEM to the kids even that's really not being explained as much as it should. Okay, because a lot of parents, when you say STEM, they're kind of like, we Americans, we like acronyms. We like, we say these letters, and we don't always explain to our youth what it means. We just assume that they're going to know. Well, they're not. Someone has to talk to them about it. So
that's right.
So we, that's what we want to do. And we bring cool cars, to excite them to strike it, and then they open up, and then that's when we kind of connect the dots and say, okay, you want to be an artist? Hidden Pioneers, we have professional artists that come on. We have a former rocket scientist that comes on, talks about that. We have actors, we have a nurse that isn't. Everybody seems to be in the cars, okay, some kind of way, and they're doing all these other things, but they realize that in the car is kind of what helped them, be more vibrant, be able to talk, to be able to network. The car shows, as you know, if you not went to a car show, a lot of cities use a car show to bring people together. You see? So the question I have for everybody is, why aren't we continuing to teach that in our high schools?
Right.
Okay. People say, well, kids don't want to drive anymore. Well, so I'll tell you why they don't want to drive. Well, one reason I'm driving, because most schools, and I'm not going to say all, but most schools have taken driver's ed out of the high schools. Okay. Well, kids aren't these days. They're not going to go wait in line, or they're not going to, you have to provide things right there to give them an opportunity to get in there. Okay. And then if you don't have ability, a shop class to be able to work on the car, learn anything, well, then they may not be motivated to, what's a car? They don't understand how important it is. So now I'm trying to open up my dream. Okay. What CSI bill, CSI stands for Common Sense Intelligence. Okay. And I like to think that I have it, but at the same time, it's something that you have to make sure that you can keep it, and you got to make sure you say the right things, because I might even lose it. If I don't really understand, then I have to say the things that are common sense, and then be able to explain it. Okay, like walking. Okay, walking across the street, not being on your pocket computer. Okay, that's common sense. Well, if someone doesn't tell someone it's common sense, they might think it's okay to do it. You see what I mean? And this is why we have to explain what common sense is. Okay. And I love this one. I was going to bring this up about you. Okay. love. Okay. I love the fact when I saw that profile, okay, and when I saw that heart on there, I fell in love already. I'm like, man, Dolores, woo! I got excited. But you know what? So love. When I see something like that, and I know that we're not doing it as much, I know that that's education. We're just not explaining what it is. Okay, so I break it down like this. Okay, love, for example, love is and the L is life, live life. Okay, the O, okay, is live it openly. Okay, live it outstanding. The V, okay, values. Okay, victory. You know, we don't want the evil spirits. Okay,
That's
victory.
right.
Okay, and then the E is let's love every day. So you got every day, and then you have it equality. Okay, everybody's equal. So I break down words like I did with love, and explain it, and I try and tell people, look, and I ask them the questions, you know, so that way they understand it, and then they can go share it, because that's the most important thing of all, love.
Yes.
I mean, if you don't have that, we have nothing.
That's right.
So, and then you start traveling with transportation and technology. You see what I'm saying? But we should love first.
That's right.
But who's explaining the word love? Do you see? We get so caught up on everything else that if you don't have that basic foundation, you might not even get to point A to point B. Transportation, that's what it is. Point A to point B. Let's not overthink it or confuse people. Okay. Again, I break it down. So when someone says transportation, it's point A to point B. You see, if we say the simple stuff to people and not come up with all fancy dancy words and all this other stuff, you know, we got to break it down and try and make it simple, but still have that meaning what it is, right? So I'm big with words.
Yes.
I think they're very important. In fact, they're more important than the pocket computer and the Twitter and that's all this other stuff. It's the words that we're not really talking about as much anymore because of all this technology. You see what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I know you can do both. You can do both. Okay? It's not impossible. I'm here to tell you. Even though 80% of the world out there, I think that the 20% can help change the 80 and bring it back. But you got to want to do it.
I agree.
You got to be educated to understand what words to use. You got to go out. You got to go to the schools like Prime Motivation. You can't do it sitting back. You can't do it just on a computer. You got to go to them. You got to talk face to face. Look at them in the eye, like I'm looking at you. Your eyes are so pretty. You're such a, and I love your outfit.
Thank you.
The purple going on. You even got it. See, you know about marketing. Anyways, I know we're kind of, how much time do we have?
About 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes. Okay, so the Diversity Summit, okay, the Global Diversity Summit is going to be February 24th, 25th, and 26th. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay. February in 2022. So we got about 4 or 5 months. Okay. February, as you know, is Black History Month. There's a reason why we chose February. February 24th, that's when my cousin, Katherine Johnson, who helped us get from point A to point B up safely with NASA for 30 years, she passed away on the 24th of February. Okay, so we're also celebrating that, you know, it gives us enough time to get after the first of the year. So we got a new year.
Right.
There's a lot of things surrounding it. It's a perfect month. A couple weeks after the Super Bowl, because you know everybody, you'd be crazy to try and plan something during that weekend. But the Thursday and Friday is going to be from 12 to 3 West Coast time, which it's Central, and East for you. That way, it's 12 to 3 on Thursday and Friday, and 12 to 6 on Saturday. Now, 12 to on Thursday, it's going to be at a local high school somewhere in San Diego. And I'll give you the exact address once we lock it in. We'll probably have it locked in next week in 2 weeks, but we know it's going to be in San Diego. We know it's going to be in high school. On Friday, it's going to be in Riverside at a place called Phi Atom. It's one of the only STEM locations in all of Inland Empire and Riverside. A wonderful building. I'll get you pictures more about that place where kids can come in and learn about STEM, robotics, rocketry, cars, all that stuff. It's a wonderful, and I want to thank the partners at Phi Atom for putting it together. Hidden Pioneers and Dream Nations partnered up with them, and we're looking for some great things. That's pretty new, by the way. It's only been up about 3 months. So we're trying to take that center and expand it. It's inside of a mall. How cool is that? Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So plenty of traffic to come in and really focus on STEM. And then Saturday is going to be at the Automobile Driving Museum. That's Los Angeles, about 5 minutes from LAX. Okay. Where all the action's at. Boeing, a lot of space companies and industries are right there. It's at the hub. We're so excited about the Global Diversity Summit. You can go to Montgomery's Pioneers.com, our Facebook page for updates and stuff like that. We want to get everybody involved. Okay, it doesn't matter what you're doing, because it's about the youth.
That's right.
Transportation and technology is everything that we do every day. Okay, it really is. And we're trying to show our youth the basic common sense way, okay, to grow spiritually, professionally. We have the people, okay. We have the passion, as you know, we have the excitement, and we have great partners. And to have NASA collaborating with them, the top of the food chain of STEM, how can you go wrong?
That's right. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is phenomenal. He has a great organization and what he's doing, helping these young people bring it back in, because they need their attention on something positive, something good, something resourceful, and to meet all the physical, mental, spiritual connections as well, and do something they enjoy and learn as they're going along. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I didn't know NASA does all that. That is exciting to know. That's good to know.
I tell you, I'm in love with NASA, love. Okay. And I love everybody, and I love everybody else. And I tell you, the meaning, I'm just going to leave it, the meaning of love. And you really kind of set the stage.
Yeah.
When I first saw, and you had me on the right, you on the left, and a heart in the middle. I'm like, I love this lady, right? and then you came on, you talked about your magazine, you talked about connecting the dots, the key. I mean, all that stuff. See, that is common sense for me. I mean, that's a no-brainer. But for everybody else, not so. So we have to teach it together, okay? Right. Because I'm going to help promote what you're doing because it's great. You can help promote what I'm doing. And, we're going to help everybody, and it travels. The words travel, okay? And let's just love on each other the right way. Yes. Let's bring America strong, okay? Again, I know we can do it. Yes. You just have to know that you can, and connect the dots with the right people, and voila.
I love it. I love it. And there it is, making key connections. This is Mr. Bill Montgomery from Hidden Pioneers. You guys, make sure you stay connected. He has some great connections and resources out there to get our young people on the right track.
CSI, Common Sense Intelligence.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love it. Love it. Love it. So you guys stay connected with him, connect with him, and we are going to make it happen. Thank you so much for coming on today. This is Mr. Bill, and I am Dolores Williams with Divine Connections. Make sure you guys stay connected to the number one divine connector, which is Jesus Christ. All right. So hold tight, and we're going to go to our sponsors, and we'll be back.
Lots of love. Thank you.
Same to you.
Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.